by head coach Billy Donovan, year number 5.
He's playing a lot better basketball.
With the catch down low, trying to make a move, and Buzelis got up there with him and blocked the shot. And this is what the Bulls like to do. Get out on the move.
Through that shot clock.
Well, we saw what happened on Saturday night.
And, you know, obviously a lot of teams want to get into transition. Former Thunder coach, 5 years at the helm for the Bulls, and 5 years here in Oklahoma City.
Flanked also by Wes Unseld Jr., and there's a step out of bounds. We had a lull in sideline calls for a while. And Shea, and he's just going to, when there's somebody defending him who's not accustomed to defend, who hasn't faced them all that much, he is going to go into his bag of tricks and take advantage of that as Vucevic misses the long 3.
Yeah, and you know what? He's willing to work for it too, man. He's driving to the lane, getting the contact. Doesn't always get the whistle, but he keeps going back in there.
I think J-Dub was trying to set it up for SGA on the baseline, and the Thunder are trying to set up some attacks inside below the free throw line. So far unsuccessful. Early few possessions. Terry way too strong. Taps back out to Giddey. White off the catch, fires away.
Make 38% of their threes when there's no defender within 6 feet. Now, when you get closer than that, that number changes a lot.
Thunder almost had the aerial attack there between J-Dub and Hartenstein. And that's a connection that used 2 minutes into the game. Buzelis got inside. It's a Chicago turnover anyways. Dort zigzagging his way up the floor. Dumps it off to Holmgren, and he steps out of bounds.
That's right. Can we get this month over with? Oh, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow it's over.
Everybody collapses on the defensive end, and the Thunder catch a break. Vucevic over 40% from 3. This one wide open. SGA this time able to get to the cup, and he scores. And there's that porridge.
He got by that primary defender. And the Bulls are not a shot blocking team. They're more of a position team that likes to body you away from the basket.
Vucevic is not a rim protector. He's an offensive-minded big. They like to stretch it out. That hook shot on the baseline, no good. As Dort coming off that great game on Saturday. As Shea, all kinds of defenders over him. He kept the dribble alive, and SGA works his way. Depthness with both hands, and it's just something that you can't take lightly because he's as good of a finisher in the NBA at the rim.
Absolutely. And he's not afraid of contact. Yeah, that's a big thing there too. A lot of players, you know, kind of go to the rim expecting contact.
Vucevic with some power trying to get down the lane. Buzelis. That 3 comes up a little bit short for the rookie.
You can tell Chicago is trying to get going early here.
Holmgren
pain on the Thunder. That's why they've been able to knock down some threes and flushing them out of there eventually.
SGA baseline shot, offensive rebound, J-Dub. And he will pull it back out, fire away from 3, and J-Dub able to capitalize.
Seat of him. He was looking to pass it after he got that offensive rebound.
Giddey's pass got picked off. Now J-Dub's got some steam, zigzagging up the floor. Power.
Fouled by Josh Giddey was impressive.
When you asked me to take the 3,
everything through a team lens, which leads not only to his own growth and impact, but also the growth of the team as a whole.
Everything that these defenses have thrown at SGA, and he's a student of the game. He wants to make the right play, Michael, and that's what he does because he says, look, oftentimes I'm just reading the defense.
He's one of those guys, too, that, you know, his Doppler is going all the time. I mean, you talk about reading the defense. There's none better because he's got all the attention. All the eyes are looking at him all the time. As soon as he crosses half court with the basketball. As Patrick Williams will give the Bulls their first field goal made tonight.
Dort, the rainbow 3. Took a peek. Offensive rebound. As SGA trying to direct traffic. Get a little bit more space. This time he'll fire it over to Holmgren. Trying to back down the defense. Holmgren went for the bank shot, no good. And Patrick Williams, high draft pick now coming off the bench for Chicago. Brings up the floor. Low scoring first quarter so far. Vucevic, the deep catch outside. Giddey, no on the three. And how about J-Dub?
I thought Vucevic passed up an open layup there to kick it out to Giddey for the three.
After getting the positioning is SGA. Not going to get that roll. Buzelis with the rebound. He didn't even look like he was interested. It was a quick pop back out to the perimeter. As Buzelis gets back into the scoring here for Chicago.
Rookie getting the playing time late in the season. He's answering the bell for the Bulls.
Wait for the G League Ignite. There's a nice floater. Hartenstein. The Thunder had to go small on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. He did not play that second half. It's a nice little backdoor cut by Williams.
Chen on the roll is SGA. Using that strength, steps back. That's a short miss for him. And Giddey up the floor. Going up against his former team. Terry fires Williams. The three, well short. Hartenstein gets up there as SGA's got his head up. Little hesitation once again, attacking, and that might be a travel. Vucevic, again, inside, outside. And Buzelis that time overcooked it. J-Dub fires right down the lane. Nobody there to slow him down.
The time got by Josh Giddey on that play.
Vucevic, and that time he got it to go with the left hand.
And he finally took a shot in the paint. He had him a couple of times deep in the paint. Kicked it out to shooters.
Jay Will's first shot did not play on Saturday night. The full allotment of big men.
I'll start there.
That's a referee balk.
So you get the ball, you know, like in baseball, you get the free base.
Gosh. Isaiah Joe wasting no time, and Isaiah Joe from downtown.
And they're just saying, look, you got to make a few shots from the outside before we'll flush out of there. Well, how do you do it? Do exactly what Isaiah Joe just did. Just serve up a hot cup of Joe.
He has been
absolutely, and he's done it all season long, and he's done it superbly. And that's there's no man trying to double him up.
The game is so perimeter oriented now. Are guards going to start getting more consideration, you think, for Defensive Player of the Year?
I think so. It has to. It just has to. Just deserving of that nice little midi by Isaiah Joe.
Zach Collins and Phillips into the game. There's another miss from downtown for Chicago. And a rebound by Kenrich. 3 and change left to go here in the first quarter. Joe has already made one and strokes one again.
Basket straight down.
White the drive and kick. Thunder finding some footing here on the offensive end. Crowd starting to get into a little bit with this lead up to 11. Under 5 seconds. White pushed out, and they're going to get
moment for a coach.
Getting called for 3 seconds in the key.
Yeah, that's real too.
It doesn't happen very often. That's just a nice play, nice dish. White found Terry underneath. And Chicago, who's been chucking up a lot of threes, goes inside for one of the rare times. Speaking of going inside, Michael, 2-year key of the Thunder cracking the paint. There's another turnover. Back-to-back on back-to-back possessions. And let's take a look at tonight's pair.
You know, top 5 in lowest free throw rate between these two teams. It's hard to believe. The Bulls are 2nd in free throw rate. The Thunder are 5th in free throw rate.
Oh, shit. Kenrich Williams lowers the
goals attempts as opposed to your free throw attempts. And that's a nice block that time by Casey Wallace.
He just ate up Kobe White. Joe, a little too strong on that 3. He's been feeling it. We know he can get going. White that time blows right by, and that time it's Jay.
To stop from getting hit right in the noggin.
Buzelis. got down low, and there is the rookie. Drafted highly for Chicago. They really like him. 11th pick in this past summer's draft. SGA fires it over to Kenrich Williams. Corner three.
The building tonight got honored here earlier in the game.
One of some really good teams. Giddey missed a short shot and followed his miss. One of those unorthodox lefty shots, Michael, but again, effective.
What do you mean? I'm left-handed too. So I don't know what you're saying.
I'm just giving him preferential comments here.
Why is it always unorthodox when you talk about a left-hander? Yeah, it's just beautiful. Tap out, loose chains picked up by Caruso, trifecta by J-Dub.
Gonna really bomb it away so far in this first half, 6 out of 12. Williams zips it back out to the perimeter. Giddey wants to fire. Not gonna happen there. Holmgren and Hartenstein both on the floor, going with the jumbo lineup to start the second. Holmgren rumbling up the floor, and his momentum was taking him away from the cup, and he's still able to bank it in.
Yeah, that could have been an N1, too. He took a lot of contact on that play. This was kind of letting them play a little bit on both ends.
Caruso also in. Patrick Williams, no. Caruso. He's been so reliable out on the floor. So versatile. As J-Dub. Nice fadeaway on the baseline. Back-to-back. The good news is OKC, nobody's been better this year as Giddey's able to break down the defense. Nobody's been better this year, #1 in that category.
Yeah, and it's really been what you would call a labor of love. They're really committed to it.
Russo got inside, ball goes back outside. The whole attempt of the game, no good. But the Thunder so far have really done a nice job of limiting the Bulls. They've settled for a lot of three-point shots. White trying to get down.
While trying to go to the bucket. And it's caused some turnovers, too, for the Bulls.
Smith got down low, and once he caught it, looks like Hartenstein couldn't get up to the rim. Caruso, he's quickly into the front court. We're trying to run something through here as J-Dub got to his spot, fades away, and he's got a couple of nice fadeaways here.
And does a good job of fading away to knock down those kind of shots. Took the wrap over the shoulder of Collins.
Giddey got run off the three-point line. Spins, went glass, no good.
See, not letting them get to the rim. That play like that. That's what's happening with the starting guards for the Bulls.
Jalen Williams trying to get those short shots below the free throw line. He's already got 12 points here in the first half. Efficient 12 points. He took over the game in the third quarter against the Pacers. Very aggressive. J-Dub, now there's an aggressive case in Wallace.
Ball got poked away, looked like by Chet Holmgren.
Caruso, a little ball.
But he's a good offensive player as well. Likes to play in transition.
Hey. All those little intangibles that Mark Dagnall talks about a lot. I love seeing Caruso out there. All the little things that he does to help impact games. Collins can shoot it from the three-point line. There is Caruso tapping it over to a teammate.
Right now the Bulls are just struggling from downtown. 14. And the Bulls are 1 for 14 from downtown.
Lead ballooning all the way up to 19. And there's another miss from the three-point line. And this has not been there. This is a Chicago team that really relies on it for its offense. Holmgren looking for offense, and so far Buzelis has got the best of them. That's his third block.
Chet looked like he's not able to get up in the air on that last step.
To get your opportunities against this Chicago defense as Buzelis again from the outside. That's just the second three made by the Bulls so far in this game. You can talk all you want about the offense.
Tied with Miami right now.
Oh, Hartenstein took a little bump there from Vucevic.
But that's the legal bully ball, not on the playground. I don't like it on the playground. I got your back on the playground, but not there. Hartenstein just showing some Mr. Mean.
Just initiating a little contact. Smith, no, and Giddy's able to follow it. Coming up on the halfway point here of quarter number 2. And Caruso. He'll call his own number if he has to. Hartenstein faces up. He's got 2 more. Hartenstein was...
All this comes down in the right spot. Even when he misses that, folks, it just looks good.
He had options, too. He could have given it back to Caruso. Giddy, another miss from 3. This is going to be Thunder. You got to check some boxes in the criteria, man. Come on. You taught me that years ago.
Right. How about Lou? Slicing and dicing with the basketball. Casey Wallace getting all the way to the rim.
Well, the Thunder giving him more opportunities to do that, putting the ball in his hands more. You're starting to see a different side of Casey Wallace. Javon Carter's come in for the first time. Vucevic now facing up on Hartenstein. Outside the block, there is a Pat Caruso deflection. Thunder better than any team in the NBA knows Caruso's a reason why. Can't finish. Vucevic got it outside of Williams. Back the other way we go. Kaysen with a nice little deflection there. Got it right into the hands of Williams. Dort all the way up the floor. Fires it outside. J-Dub, no on the 3.
Really doing a good job of just forcing the tempo against the Bulls. He obliged them. Thunder won the challenge and have the basketball.
SGA's back out on the floor. Lead grew when he was on the bench. Joe had the early 3s and 20 points in almost 60% of the games this year. Joe from the outside. You leave him that kind of space.
20 plus right now. Shooting 8 of 17 from downtown. I'm not sure why.
He got 15. SGA again sees the double. And a patient pass. And the breakdown of Chicago's defense.
Too, partners. You were talking about that. He just kind of waited for Lou Dort to get in the painted area and dropped him.
Well, the Thunder have been taking advantage on both sides. And there's another 3. That has been the latest to get into it. As that
The basketball.
So far, the lid has been on White, though, just 4 points. As Dort off the catch. That is good. Lou Dort. Huge story the first half.
That's just cash money. Last one to touch it. Look at that zone defense extended pretty out, far out. Thunder right now having a feast with those 3-point shots. Sent from downtown. Just over 54% shooting for the game.
It has been a 2-way clinic so far for OKC. Obviously, everything looks good when you're knocking down the 3s. You got 8 more 3s than your opponent. Vucevic trying to tip the miss from Buzelis. Here comes Dort out of the pack.
Buzelis, he's got some game, man, I tell you. He's fearless when he goes to the basket. He's got a nice 3-point shot as well.
Joe once again off of a pass from SGA.
The Thunder are just punishing the Bulls. As Kobe White finally gets one to go down for the Bulls. They're now 2 of 17. Thunder 11 of 20.
And now Shea is going to get some free throws.
Saying, look, I've got to stay as far away from Shea as possible tonight. And he's done that, and he's got some good looks.
SGA off the bounce, pulls up, got fouled. Zealous. Replicate shot. MVP.
It's been phenomenal. 30-point games in 3 consecutive seasons. Okay, there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Michael Jordan, and the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain. That's some illustrious company.
The consistency not to be underrated. Wallace, that's going to be a little bit short, trying to shoot over the top of Giddy. With 70 seconds left to go in the first half, Giddy charges and scores.
Those easy looks, Chicago just has 6 fast break points in this game so far, guys.
That certainly shuts off one of the main valves, Michael, for offense. And if you're OKC, you want to do it again here in the second half. As there's a 2 for Buzelis in the mid-range.
That first half, to kind of back on what Paris Lawson was talking about. So, you know, kudos to the defense for just getting back and basically flipping the script.
J-Dub was aggressive in the first half. He's aggressive
Right there. Like there was a zone, just a man-to-man, not a zone. And, you know, you shoot 56% from the field, 56% from three-point line. You knock down 13 threes, and your bench comes up with 29 points to just 8 for the Bulls. Yeah, that's going to do some damage on the scoreboard.
A lot of those points coming from Isaiah Joe. J-Dub trying to lean into that one. Not going to get it to go. J-Dub missed that stretch of games, but coming back and looking strong. And he get a foul.
Long on ball defenders. That's going to be an offensive, but I'm going to change my mind in about 2 minutes because he's a big guy, and I'm very partial.
You just get so protective of the big men. I mean, it's the definition of bias.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Notice that Hartenstein's not wearing the mask tonight. You can see that shiner under his eye. Nice pass underneath that time. J-Dub.
You know, he makes himself available a lot of times too. As Giddey puts his head down and goes to the bucket. He's got back-to-back buckets. Bulls have had a hard time trying to get there tonight. Look at all the traffic around Shea as he just drops it right over. I'm in the paint. You know, and Shea said, yeah, you know, just going to drop it right to you. That's a signature shot by Vucevic.
That looked like a Hartenstein shot, but just right-handed.
Yeah, just a little bit lower gravity though.
J-Dub bounces off of White, no good on the mid-range step back. Giddey brings it across midcourt. Shea keeps him out of the lane. Vucevic didn't even want to shoot it. Instead, he wanted to pass over to White, who was completely neutralized in that first half. He was not able to do anything.
Yeah, that's terrific rotation by the painted area and shoots that patented. What did you call that? Push shot? Is that a push shot from that angle? Yeah. Or is that a floater?
A push shot.
Okay, so he hits that patented push shot. He's got 2 shots in his tool bag: the floater and the push shot. Those guys only have that floater. Oh, how about that, man? My goodness. Oh, okay. I thought I
for a little bit.
I don't think I've heard you. You know, the New York Knicks color analyst. He just celebrated his 80th birthday, and they all were kind of saying, you know, Mike Breen all was just saying some of the favorite lines of his, and that sounded like one of them that you could have used with Clyde.
I feel like that one's been around a while. And the three-point shot has been around, feeling it from deep.
How about that? Clyde Drexler, happy birthday. Excuse me, Clyde Frazier turned 80 a couple of days ago.
Just remarkable, still beloved in New York. Chicago turns it over. SGA, left hand, and it claps in.
Wow, he's got to have such tough finishes. Tough finishes.
But he's a mid-range master like everybody was in the 90s.
Absolutely. And how about that? Once again, spear chips from downtown.
Nice to see Chet Holmgren knock down that shot from the outside.
And how about this? That was SGA's 10th assist on that last three-pointer by Chet.
Well, that's been a theme of the night for him. Really, since the early possessions of this game with how Chicago has been defending him. That time he'll call his own number from the outside.
And 10 assists, folks.
He's taken only 9 shots, Michael, too. It just goes to show the type of mentality that he has had in this game. Foul for the rebound. Dort, that's going to miss wide right. You can see it in the trajectory from our vantage point here.
How about that brave, ambitious move by Buzelis, the rookie from the G League Ignite. He had some big numbers for the Bulls. A couple of games ago, he had 31.
And 29. There's that SGA baseline step-back shot. And nobody in the NBA does better than he does, as Williams fires.
He leverages his gravity so well, and when he plays with that pace, it just opens up so many more options within the offense.
All right, thank you, Paris. Michael, if you're an opposing coach, trying to defend SGA, which the Bulls are trying to do there. Are you double teaming him? Or are you trying to go one-on-one?
Well, I think, you know, it's a moment-by-moment thing with that guy because he's so good, he's versatile, he's unpredictable. And defenses like to know, I want to know what he's going to do when he's got the basketball. Do you know what he's going to do? I don't. That's my point. What, is he going to pass it and get his 11th assist? I mean, he's so unpredictable, and defenders kind of guard you off of, you know, a situation where they know what you're going to do. In this case, you know, I don't even think Shea knows what he's going to do. He's just so creative.
Oh, he's got every option in the book.
Time no double team came, man. He attacked that lead foot and got all the way downhill.
Well, there is not a lot of drama in this game, even with Giddey hitting that shot from deep. This is based off the way that the Thunder have played here tonight on both ends. A lot of plays like that. Easy distribution, easy shots. And
already up to 25 assists, folks. We got another quarter and a half of basketball here.
And Buzelis, that time able to work on Holmgren.
Just under a quarter and a half. Thunder shooting almost 60% from the field.
Trying to guard him one-on-one.
Just like Shea. He's going to win that one-on-one coverage time.
For the Bulls, some shooting futility from the outside. 6 out of 28. 5 seconds for Carter. J-Dub not giving him anything. Carter will help defender. Williams, desperation, and the bailout three, no good.
It's good defense once again, even though the score is where it's at right now. Thunder still playing like it's a tie ball game, just practicing good habits.
Carter on the release. J-Dub not giving him anything, and Carter with the follow. Thunder have led by as many as 43. Bulls don't double that time. Hartenstein, why not? There's another assist for SGA. Number 11, which tied.
11 assists. He's got 23 points on 13 shot attempts. My goodness, as Jevon Carter knocks down the trifecta. Thunder shooting almost 60% from the three-point line and 60%.
Going somewhere and trying to make an impact. Great on his delight in seeing Isaiah Hartenstein, and just an incredible player, and he's made an impact off the court.
Well, I think that's just as equally a part of being a pro athlete as shots, rebounds, assists. Just giving back to the community, and you know, he's one of those guys who's just always willing to be out there along with his teammates.
Oh, this time it's SGA.
You know, why not show him some love? He's got 11 assists.
Collins, the offensive rebound. And it's Williams from the outside. As Mark Daigneault looking for a wholesale substitution at the next time out. J-Dub. Oh, that is pure. So had it going since the early part of this game.
Well, you know, he's one of those guys also that understands that when you got a dynamic player like SGA on the top team in the association right now. We've seen him here all along, on the road and at home. As they have been stellar on the road, have not lost post-All-Star break on the road. 11-0.
It's been an incredibly focused, driven, professional stretch. Not just since the All-Star break, where the Thunder have been so good, but over the course of the season, this team has brought it every single night. As Jay Will fires across court. And Caruso puts up the shot. Former Chicago Bull on the rebound. Out to Phillips. Vocation with a theft. Kenrich on the move. And Kenrich able to score. Do a little bit of contact as he went flying across the baseline. 3 more steals for Cason Wallace in this game. as he has turned himself into quite the defensive presence.
Well, you know, it's hard to believe it's only his second year in the league. He's playing like a savvy veteran.
High for OKC. The Thunder have really been doing it on both the offensive end with some hot shooting, although that shot did go down for Jay Will, and also on the defensive end in creating all those turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, not only you create them, but you kept cashing in those chips. 31 points is always a big number. Anytime you get over 30 in points off turnover, we're talking about through 3 quarters.
Well, the Thunder have had some really high margin victories over the course of the year. Biggest one was plus 41 against Washington. As Jay Will trying to track down that miss. Wallace from the outside. He's got another one from deep.
Where it's at, Jay Will hustled out.
And you're right, Michael. It's part of the habits that they have built. And Mark
An indictment on the Bulls where the score is. It's the habits, as you just mentioned, for the Thunder. You know, whether it's the Celtics or the Bulls, just practicing those good habits for a young team, it's hard. It's hard to really be consistent with it.
Isaiah Joe, take 2. Well, he hasn't missed all night. Missed those. They're going to add to it tonight. But coming into this game, as there's a wipeout. And they convert that 4-point play.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see where that point differential ends at the end of the season. Good indicator of how good teams are. The Thunder have been historically good as Wallace not able to convert there inside the block. Horton Tucker coming off the bench for Billy Donovan and spins into that layup. Still a 33-point game. That's going to be well short for Joe. Did most of his work in the first half, still with 22 points. Terry, starter for Chicago, very quiet. Ball tapped out to Cason Wallace. Open shooter Caruso. The 49th double-digit win of the season, Michael, the record. Those 72 Lakers with 50.
To foul me, you know, and I took 2 extra dribbles, and I still got the and 1.
For the extra long continuation.
But we, you know, in all fairness too, they gave us the and 1, but they also gave the defense that hand checking. Let me tell you something, man. Some of those guys had some serious hand checking.
Gary Payton being one of them.
Gary Payton, Darrell Walker. Woo, man. Smith a little bit short on the 3.
I just remember those arm bars in the post.
Yeah. Oh, they let you.
Yeah. Trying to back down, and you see that guard.
Yeah.
He just stick his forearm out there.
That's right.
Nice little extra elbow right into the back as Caruso registers on the maximum allowed. Thunder had 17 in the month of January last year. As Carter comes off the screen and finds the 3.
It's just another terrific month. Keep in mind that the month of February, Mark Daigneault was coach of the month for the Western Conference. Shea's had it a couple of times.
And Phillips sneaks underneath for the layup. That's what the Bulls want to do earlier in the game and utilize that fast break. Carlson's going to be short. Nice offensive rebound. Wallace gave it right back to him. Carlson.
Happy with that.
Now quick.
Chicago's number 1, Thunder number 3. And it's the Bulls, 14 for the Thunder.
Low free throw output in this game.
That surprises me a lot of time for a team like the Thunder that loves to drive.
Stay ahead of the game. Insider. Remaining few games of this regular season. Is Carlson. Rainbow 3, no good. How about Dylan Jones tracking it down?
That's great hustle. You saw Jay Will do that with the score where it's at. That's a nice slow. As Caruso kisses it off the glass. And Carter said, Coach, give me more playing time.
He's now off the bench and nailed 5 threes. Turnover. Carter looking for number 6. He has come in and said, you know what? I got the green light at my own line.
Yeah, absolutely. He's making a difference, too.
Kenrich never quite had control. Lost them the way up. And Phillips. It looked like Carlson got up there and got a piece.
Developing this lead.
That's a strong take by Horton Tucker. 45 turnovers. 26 in game 1, 19 more tonight.
Joe wide open, my goodness. That's not a turnover. As his 3 points on the board, Thunder knocked down 55% of their threes. That's their 21st.
Carlson trying to keep that ball moving. Joe, why not? Just continues. Threes, yeah. That game earlier this year against the New York Knicks with 8 threes. Tucker back the other way.
Horton Tucker still got the touch. Veteran player. Coming in, knocking down some shots.
His confidence to a whole nother level. As Cason Wallace at the free throw line. At OKCThunder.com/buy tickets.
You know, you can tell a lot of these players out there on the Shea Gilgeous actually came out with just under 3 minutes in that third quarter. And so this, you know, this group is on the floor. They're getting some run. And both these teams have been running.
Joe's not
Started with Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs against the Golden State Warriors. Zaza Pachulia.
Well, guys, I talked to Isaiah Joe this morning, and Chris that goes into it. There's nothing that beats that. The coming in late spark to all of the success from behind the arc that we've seen over the last few months.
Just too good of a shooter to be suppressed the way that he was from a shooting standpoint. And now he's got his 3rd career 30-point game. As we enter the final minutes of this one, Carlson, another good job of not letting the Bulls get to the rim.
And how about this? Isaiah Joe, he's only played 19 minutes. He's got 31 points. My goodness.
When you're a flamethrower, you can put up those kind of numbers.
You can put up those kind of numbers. That's how I am when I'm playing, you know, NBA 2K. I just put up 31 points in the first quarter.
That's about the closest you're going to get to 8 threes.
I guess I set myself up for that one. But man, that guy's got a video game numbers going tonight with those 19 minutes, 31 points.
Model of efficiency. There's a great play.
The score is you just Horton Tucker just kind of watching him. And that's exactly what you need to do. If you see the back numbers, young players, exactly what Dylan Jones just did.
And Dylan Jones has come in games, Michael, not just garbage time, as he's going to get